was listening to, I think it was TD Jakes a while back, and he was talking about, because he coached a lot of couples, right? And he would say that when women would come and say, "I don't trust him," it would be she thought he was cheating. But if
Yeah.
a man came in and said, "I don't trust her," it's because he felt like he couldn't trust her with his feelings, with his thoughts, with his emotions.
Yes.
Like trust
Yes.
for a guy is different for trust from a woman, which is what he was
Yeah.
saying. So it, to me, it's just crazy to me, because I even surveyed guys that I knew, and for them to hear "I trust you" meant more than "I love you" to most of them, you know. So I think in this whole situation, trust is a big thing in terms of
Yeah.
emotional for guys, because they feel like,
Yeah.
us running and, into the arms of this other guy is so much more detrimental than.
Yeah.
So what percentage, I'm not going to put your name in, what percentage of the female friends that guys have do you think they've slept with?
As many as they can.
Oh.
So, oh Lord, so you be, exactly,
Yeah,
Lord.
but here, that's what I said. That's why I said that my girlfriend or my fiance or whatever. That's why I don't want her to have male friends, because I understand what that relationship is like. That is not really a relationship. That's her keeping a dude, like all her friends. She said it. Like, she told on herself. It's like all her friends, like she met them in a way where, okay, well, I just can't have a relationship with you, but I'm kind of keeping you on the back burner. Like women, I don't like that, because I got caught with that a few times when I was really young, before I understood female nature. And I used to call it monkey branching. I didn't even know it was a thing. But I
Oh.
that, like,
Monkey branching. Okay.
as soon as you finish, like, let's say you break up with you guys break up, it's like next week she's already in another relationship, and you're like, how did it happen so fast? She had dude on the side, especially when she knows things are rocky. Our friends, she's like, who's the next one up? Jerome, you.
Oh, so you got cheated on, and that's why you have this no guy friend rule.
Get bun. And get bun.
Jody.
It's not even that I got cheated on. Is that I just noticed a pattern where it was only my relationships. I looked and I observed others as well, and I realized that, wait, you guys were in a relationship last week. You just broke up. How you with this dude already?
So I want to say something, and I had posted this, and I think that this is so true, right? And a lot of men, they tend to say, "Oh, I made a mistake, and my woman left me, or was just a mistake, or was just a one-time thing, or a situation." And women don't just get up and leave a man or leave a relationship because of a mistake. They leave the relationship because that mistake now became a habit. It became a pattern. So that is one of the things that I think that a lot of men need to stop falling back on, is that, oh, she stepped on me. More than likely, you were doing something that was a consistent pattern, that was an issue in the relationship, and either you chose to respect it, or identify it, or speak on it, or whatever the case may be. But in most instances, the woman is communicating to you a pattern of behavior that she's not happy with in a relationship. And if you're a communicator like me, trust me, I don't feel bad when I step out and do me. I don't feel bad at all. Because I have exhausted all means of communication, and at this point you are playing me like I'm dumb. You're treating me like I have no sense. You are insulting my intelligence by sitting up and looking me dead in my face and acting like I don't really know what's going on here. Okay, you know what? I got one for your behind. Okay, that's when I step out. That's when I do me. You know what I mean? It's after patterns and patterns and patterns that you show me that you don't respect me. So you know what? I don't respect you.
I think that is often the truth. I don't think guys have to worry about women cheating so much if they're doing the right thing. Like,
right,
will really put up with a lot of shit from a guy before they step out. The average women will.
Do you know what is considered cheating? So you think that only sleeping with a guy is cheating?
You said emotional. You think we're emotionally cheating?
You have another guy that you know that you want to be with after me, and you're keeping him around.
We're not doing that on purpose.
Okay, yeah.
We're not just sitting around saying, okay, he's next on the list. Let Thaddeus mess up.
Right. No,
that's not what we're doing.
Nobody's thinking that far. Nobody's thinking that far.
No, it's like they hit us at a vulnerable point. You guys aren't acting right, and then he comes around, he'll listen, and then it happens.
A lot of times that side person is actually the preservation of the relationship, because they help to kind of be that little break that you need sometimes from the BS that we're dealing with from the main person.
That's why no friends.
No, that's too much.
No male friends.
No, none.
Okay, so let's talk about the woman's willingness to cheat versus a guy's willingness to cheat. This guy that I listened to, Tony Gaskins, which I love, he says that women don't have that much loyalty to each other. Meaning, when we know a girl is with a dude, like it's kind of like a trophy or kind of a status for us when we're like, "Ooh, I can take a man. I can take a man." But he was saying on guys on the other side, guys know that they could lose their life. Like if they take somebody's wife from them, like guys have more of a kind of fidelity between each other because they know how risky it could be to mess with somebody. Do you think that's true, Thaddeus?
Hell yeah.
I see. I didn't know that before.
Yeah.
You don't. That's the bro code. You don't mess. Even you don't mess with each other.
Especially the Caribbean culture too. Especially the Caribbean culture.
So why are women so easy to be like, oh yeah, I could take a man. Oh yeah.
See,
like,
and see, for me, you know what? And for me, that's probably one of the reasons I don't have female friends is because like that type of mentality is very common. Like that competitive spirit. I just when I see another queen, I see another woman. I know the struggle. Like I've dealt with mental health and worked on my own mental health, and I just understand just as a Black woman what it's like, and I just don't ever want to be a part of just the bringing down of anything involving my Black woman. So like I won't encourage that. Now I'm not saying I haven't been with a married man before. I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? I've been there, done that. But as I've gotten older and just me in the space that I am right now, I'm 40 years old. I can't sit back and see somebody else's man and just intentionally go seek to try to get for what am I proving? What am I proving? And then once I get that man, then what? Where do we go from there?
Because that's the thing is women, I think a lot of times are thinking, that means they're special, right? Like if the guy wants to sleep with them and that means
I don't need that
validation. A guy will sleep with like anything if he's horny enough. So you thinking that you better than the girl just because she's sleeping with you, he's sleeping with you, that's a fallacy. Like guys will sleep with anything given the right circumstance. So women try to be faithful to each other.
Edit that out. Please.
Why? Wait, is that true or not?
Nah.
What, men will sleep with anything?
Yeah.
Given the right circumstances.
Nah.
They won't admit it.
Elric, tell the truth. Almost anything.
I guess it depends on what level they are in their life. They've been there, done that. It's at a point where it's past up.
Okay, so if they're mature, they won't. But if they're immature, they just might.
Yeah. Or if they probably had enough. Who knows?
See? Okay. So women try to be, sisterhood together. Because guys got the bro code. Guys got the bro code. Elric, is it true that men know they may lose their life if they sleep with somebody's wife?
No.
No? So some guys aren't fearful of that?
Why would they be? It's the woman's call that is deciding to go off. And a man should know what he has by his side.
Oh, Lord. Tell me, Elric, Thaddeus said none of his girls can have male friends. Is that how you feel too?
Nah, I can't agree with that. What's good as goose for the gander, because like I grew up with girlfriends. I have girlfriends. I even keep ex-friends that become friends with recent girlfriends or friends. And if I can have girlfriends as well, I can't say she can't have her own. So I can't agree with that.
Okay, and of the girlfriends you have you slept with most of them, or can you guys just be platonic?
Okay, I probably slept with most of them, but I have platonic friends.
No, thank you for being real, because that's the whole thing.
But after you have to be real with them regardless. So if you're real with your friends and your people, so they'll always be your friend. You can't live a lie and try to expect people to continue to be your friend. But if you're always honest with each other, then that friendship will continue on, and y'all know what it was and continue to know what it will be.
So what if your girl said, I don't want you being friends with the one you slept with? You could be friends with the platonic ones, but not the ones that you hit. What would you say to that?
Oh, Lord. I'll take it into consideration. I would have to take her feelings into consideration. I can't be disrespectful like that. You know?
You know what's crazy is, so if we look at this holistically, right? So someone that's like a counselor would jump in on this conversation and say, you know, who are we to say what we can and can't do in relationships? And, you know, you're not supposed to be controlling each other. But when you really slice that shit down, the reality of it is that we do have these conversations. You know what I mean? When you really dig in, there are people that are having these conversations. So instead of us saying that, let's not have these conversations, let's talk about how to have these conversations. Let's talk about how to change the narrative of these conversations. So it doesn't come across as being controlling. Maybe it comes across as, I just need you to help me to maybe feel a little more confident in myself as a woman in this relationship, or whatever. It could, however it translates. But I think that we should really try to change the narrative of these conversations, you know? Because again, no one wants to talk about it because technically you're not supposed to talk about it, but we're talking about it.
You have to talk about it. It's a conversation to be had. It's all about trust and honesty.
Yeah.
That's not proof our relationship ain't worth having. That's the thing. You can't trust with my friends, old or new, then same way. I should be able to trust you if you got friends on your side. You have control of your own body. To me, it's look, but you can't touch.
Yeah, but you know what scared me about was something he said. He was like, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And the minute I heard that, for me, that seemed like tit for tat. That's basically what that said. It's tit for tat.
No, he was trying to say that if I could have female friends, you can have guy friends. He's trying to say, if I could do it, you could do it. Yeah. Unlike Thaddeus here.
She hearing exactly what I'm hearing.
Oh, gosh.
But she knows what the deal is, like, so she knows what the deal. So there's two different types of relationship, right?
Tell me.
So there's a type of relationship where, you know, like this has an expiration date, right? And, you know, y'all just doing whatever, and, you know, in a year, maybe two, this is gonna be gone.
Okay.
So those types operate with a different type of rule, where the other side to relationships is like, this might last forever.
So do you guys think you feel differently if you see this person as a real long-term person, or if you know
yeah.
that? Okay, so it may differ. So you might be more open to things.
Of course.
Yeah.
If I knew she's not gonna be around 2 years, I mean, why you dumping your friends?
So
why you want me to dump my friends? Like, this not gonna last past like 2 years. And it's unspoken. Like, she knows. I get her vibe. Like, I understand her. I met a lot of women like her.
So would you break your rule then if you found that she was wifey material? Would you let her have male friends?
No, definitely.
Oh Lord, okay. So ain't no hope for Thaddeus. All right, y'all just anyone who's watching these episodes thinking Thaddeus is the one. I'm sorry, ladies.
But for me, when I'm saying
I can't have male friends, guys. Sorry.
That's because I would only entertain a relationship if it was a long term, like long term. So that's what I'm talking about. If we're just like, you're my girlfriend and I just like, quote unquote, like you, and you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You have 8 male friends. You sleep with all them in the bed.
Do you, boo? Yeah.
You know, Jody was saying earlier that she would have to meet the friends, the female friends. Like, Elric, would you be okay if your woman was like, okay, I see you got all these female friends, but I need to meet all of them. They need to know who I am. We need to, you know, be in the same circle. Like, are you okay with her requesting that?
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. When it comes down to security, and if you're okay, obviously make your woman feel secure as much as you want to feel secure. You're gonna want to introduce them to him to let them know it's okay. If you got something to hide, then clearly you got something to hide. You ain't gonna want to introduce them to him, but I got no problem introducing them to any female friends.
You see,
like I said, some of my exes probably became good friends or even best friends with
the current girlfriend. You know, I think the whole thing about this is that if people want to cheat, they're going to cheat regardless. Like, you introduce them to every friggin' friend that you have. People don't care about titles anymore. Like, if they want to sleep with you, they gonna sleep with you. So
it's going to happen regardless.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I think it's really about being with someone who you trust, right?
Yes. Yes. That's it. Like I said, I'm 40 years old. And, you know, I'm like what Thaddeus said, I'm at a place where I'm not going to entertain anything that's going to be short term. I'm aggressively independent. I can do everything on my own. I could flew myself out. Like, there's nothing that a man can bring to the table that I can't do for myself. So if you're coming in my life and I'm going to invest certain types of time and commitment and accommodations, like, it has to be full time or long term. Anything else, that's you just scratching an itch that I can't, you know, take care of in the moment. But other than that, I'm not investing. I'm not investing all of that for what? You know, it's a whole lot to me. There's a whole lot that got me here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a whole lot of women. So, you know, I'm not gonna get all of that if it's not long term. And I think that's what's important too. It's important that more women, we do that. We need to preserve ourselves a little bit more and not give so much in every single relationship. You gotta test the temperature, do a little temperature check. You know what I'm saying? And see where it's at, gauge it, see how much you give this person. You know what I mean? And then you go from there, because if not, you'll be drained and look old and look tired. Yes, like I said, I'm 40. 40. I don't have on any makeup. Mascara. That's it. Okay. I don't let nobody stress me out.
So do you guys think, so as we said, it's all about trust, be with someone you trust. But do you guys think it's a red flag if someone has a lot of friends that are of the opposite sex? Is that a red flag for you or not? Yes or no, Thaddeus?
That's definitely a red flag.
Red flag for you. How about you, Elric? Is that a red flag?
No, it's not a red flag.
How about you, Jody?
It depends. It depends on how I feel when I get around them. You know, I do know, like I said, I tend to have more male friends. I do know there's possibility, but it's about how I feel when I get around them. How they throwing it at you. You know what I mean? How they looking at you. You know, how they looking at me. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, you can look, but you can't touch. That's all to it. If I'm secure with my woman, a man can look all day up and down, but I know my woman's my woman, and I'm a man.
What about the emotional cheating? Like Thaddeus was saying, it's not about just, you know, physically being intimate with a person, but emotional. Like every time you and your boyfriend or girlfriend fight, you go into this person and confiding in them, and this person's kind of like your rock. Like, you know, to what extent it's not just about physical. But, you know, how emotionally close do you feel it's okay for your partner to be with the opposite sex?
I think it's all at least.
They've known each other forever before me. I'll probably accept it if they've been tight like that for a while. But if it's some new friend around the block or somebody you should probably mess with, I don't know about all that. Running back to telling a life story is between me and you. At the end of the day, our relationship is our business. So that area, when it comes to emotional, yeah, it's between me and you. Y'all can hang out, chill, whatever, have y'all friendship, but our emotional bonding is ours. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because, you know, I was listening to, I think it was TD Jakes a while back, and he was talking about, because he coached a lot of couples, right? And he would say that when women would come and say, I don't trust him, it would be, she thought he was cheating.
Yeah.
But if a man came in and said, I don't trust her, it's because he felt like he couldn't trust her with his feelings, with his thoughts, with his emotions.
Yes.
Like trust for a guy is different for trust from a woman, which is what he was saying. So to me, it's just crazy to me, because I even surveyed guys that I knew, and for them to hear I trust you meant more than I love you to most of them, you know? So I think in this whole situation, trust is a big thing in terms of emotional for guys, because they feel like, you know, us running and, you know, into the arms of this other guy is so much more detrimental than.
Yeah, I picked up on that too. Like both of them, they were more focused on the emotional aspect of it versus the physical. Whereas with us, it's more like, wait, where little pee-pee been? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Where you sticking it at? Where you sticking it at? Where she been? You know what I mean? That's all I worried about. Whereas, and I for some reason, honestly, that just clicked for me. Like they are truly more concerned about the emotional aspect of it, which makes sense.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
But then on the flip side, they could cheat all day and we'll take them back. But cheat one time?
Yes.
One time.
But
they can't take it. They go crazy.
Yeah, but that's because you know that a man, he can go out and he can have sex with a girl and have no emotional feelings towards her. Zero. And don't even need to know her name or anything. It's hard for a woman to do that. For a woman to cheat, she have some sort of emotional investment in that relationship first. And so that's why it's easier for a woman to sleep with one of her friends, because she already has that emotional connection, than some random dude.
Oof, what were you gonna say, Elric? What were you saying?
See?
Well, I agree, because what it comes down to at the end of the day is a man's confidence and his insecurities. And if the insecurities are there, then there's not much play that's going to go on. as a man of confidence, I could deal with any of that. Yeah, it comes out just like a man. A man's always gonna ask next woman, how big is his penis next to his new thing or that old thing? And a man will break down if he ain't got the right size compared to him.
Oh,
So it always comes down to that security of a woman knowing that he is a part of that woman. So he can sleep around, yeah. But if he got your heart or or she got your heart or your dick on the side, then that's gonna hurt the man more than any lie or any sleeping around with the next man. So it always comes down to that. And the emotion, because men hold things back too much. And when they keep it all inside too much, it takes the littlest thing for it to explode and to come out of them. So it takes that small part. But like Daddy has said, yeah, he'll sleep around. There's no connection to that. But when he invests that emotion into that one, he can't break that. Because it's what you call it? It's sincere.
Yes, child, men are more emotional than we thought, honey.
so this last part of the conversation, because this is a lot of the show is for single professionals. So
Right.
let's talk about the whole work wife / work
Oh.
husband, okay? Because, you know, in the office, you know, you kind of have these guys that you know are sleeping with some of the women in the office and they married.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times you hear about people leaving somebody for somebody they work with because we're at work all day, right? So in order to protect your relationship, do you think that you should kind of have a safe distance between the people of the opposite sex that you work with? What do you guys think about that?
I definitely don't. I don't shit where I eat. That's my rule. That's always kind of been my rule. Because I know how messy that can be, you know, and I always look if a woman wants that attention, and that's even when you go to the club, you know, if your body language, everything about what you do will dictate and or determine the type of attention that you receive. So if a woman is at the job and she's married, but she's seeking attention because she's not getting it at home, that's exactly what she's going to project, and that's what she's going to receive, and vice versa. The whole work wife, yeah, I've always had those jokingly, but they were called that not because of anything romantic or emotional. It was because we worked really well together and we were able to get the job done the best. You know what I mean? Like they were professionally at my level, and we were a corporate beast together. So that was my reason for saying it's my work husband, my work wife, not because they brought me cookies or anything emotional. But yeah, I have seen the demise of some beautiful relationships and from work. It does happen. So I think you have to know what your boundaries are, what it is that you can and cannot handle, what type of temptation, you know, because it happens.
Ooh. What do you guys think?
I'll agree with the no shitting, well, eat shitting where you eat. So that's got to be the number one rule on both sides. Definitely no shit where you eat. Just keep it cordial, keep it respectful.
Oh my God, I don't agree with that, because I feel like as single women, it's hard to find a good guy, and it's like if you work with one and you see he has all the attributes that you want, it's hard not to want to take it there with the guy. I mean, it's so hard to find. So what do you do if you are attracted to someone that's at work? Go ahead.
While still being single?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, because you said don't eat while you shit. I'm thinking as even while you're single, I think it's okay to do that.
Oh, if you're single, then you got some play in there.
Right. If you're single and you know what I'm saying, on the org chart, you know what I'm saying, it's HR appropriate. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. Like, you know the org chart. Like, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that anybody reporting to nobody. Oh, then do your thing. You know what I'm saying? In that situation, it's the messy stuff. You know what I mean? The messy stuff.
So how about you, Thaddeus?
Yeah.
What about you? Like, what do you think about if someone's in a relationship? Should they have like a work wife, work husband, someone that they're
but if you're in a relationship,
having lunch with, always confiding with, and
what do you think the answers to that would be? I mean, that's a resounding hell no.
Hell no.
I mean, even if you're single, you shouldn't do that either.
Why not?
That's hard to not do. It's hard to not do.
Exactly.
Same reason why you shouldn't have, male friends or female friends. The same reason.
Okay, so what about because this is a story I heard of, okay? So what if you're in a relationship with someone and that person you start seeing on their phone, they start getting texts from their coworker that's the opposite sex. So even if it's just casual conversation.
You just really want to fight. I just wanted to fight. It was a trigger. I'm sorry. It was a trigger. It was a trigger.
It's nothing nasty, but just, going a back and forth exchange. Is that a problem?
Who are we texting, babe? Who are we texting? What's she talking about? What we talking about? What happened? Something happened at work that can't be dealt with during business hours?
So that's an issue for you, Jody.
So she knows what the deal is.
Oh, Elric, is that an issue?
No. See, I'm from a different breed. To me, it does not bother me. I can't get bothered by that stuff.
Eric be cheating. Eric, how many girls you got? You married and got about 4, 3. How many? Let's be honest. Just go ahead, tell the people.
I got one, and they don't mind if we share, but still. But that's different. You got to find somebody that you can relate to. If it's somebody you can't trust, or you can't confide in, or you can't do fun things or different things, or live that life that you expect to live or want to live. If you're feeling like you're confined and you restricted and you can't breathe and you can't move, then that's not the relationship for you. Because when you feel that you have to walk on glass and you popping bubbles on that bottom of your feet every time you take a step, what kind of relationship is that? You should be able to have your friend. You should be able to have your work wife or work husband. You should be able to live a life of comfort and know you could come home to that person and, babe, invite them over for coffee or drinks or dinner or whatever, chill. It's a whole crew of society. Society ain't built on being isolated in a relationship. Society built on interaction. So,
Elric, look how you about the threesomes. You make him do threesomes. That's all I heard from that whole spiel was that we're into threesomes. That's all I heard. And what did you hear, Jody? Did you hear something else?
That's all I heard. Okay. That's all I heard.
Hey, I don't mind a throuple. That's a big happy family right there. Throuple, triple, quadruple, whatever they call it.
He said, listen, he said, I got my little tribe, okay? I'm your little tribe. Come join the nation, okay?
Hey, my summer days is over. I'm just saying. I'm speaking from a little experience, just a little bit. You gotta be happy who you are, who you with. That's
okay. So at the end of the show, we always try to give people our little takeaways from the conversation, and what is, if you guys had to speak on the topic of men and women being friends, and you had to leave our audience with something. And audience, let us know what you think too, because this is a hot one. Let me know what you think. Can men and women just be friends or not? What's been your experience? Okay, let me start with Elric. Go ahead, tell me.
And when women and men be friends with the opposite sex, I say yes. If you are confident and secure in your relationship and in yourself first, that's where it starts. In yourself.
Ooh,
let them be friends with whoever they want, as long as at the end of the day, they come home to you and they make you happy, and there's trust, honesty, and communication in their relationship. There's no going wrong. And if y'all can make more friends in that relationship, then so be it. More the merrier.
This guy.
All right.
Him and his little threesome plugs. You see that? Little threesome plug? Another one?
Right.
Call me.
I cannot.
Y'all have any final words, Jody or Thaddeus?
Well, for me, one of the things that I think I actually picked up on, and is just really how emotional men are, and the distinction between what they consider cheating versus what we consider cheating. I just never really had it painted that way. So that's something that's going to be a takeaway for me, especially being such an alpha female, right? I tend to hurt those type of men quite a bit. And I get it now. So that was my takeaway. As far as can men or women, the question that you asked, here's my take on it. Stop asking advice about your own relationship. You decide what's going to work for y'all. Period. That's it.
Don't hurt them.
That's it.
I'm not telling you.
So how about you, Thaddeus? Any final
thoughts?
comments?
So go back to the question, can women and men be friends? Absolutely, they can. Should they be friends, though? That is a question that you're going to have to weigh the pros and cons and decide if that is something that you want to bring into your relationship. Like she said, I cannot tell you what to do. So the word can, if I say yes or no, that's kind of me telling you what to do. Should you do something, then probably you should decide if the pros outweigh the cons. But I can't tell you.
So that's what it seems like to be the theme. It's all about your dynamic with that person, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Because you with yourself, you know what you can handle and what you can't, and you know who you're working with. So that's a good discussion. Thank you all so much for joining us on my comfy couch. Give it up for Jody. I'm gonna put Jody's info at the bottom so y'all can check out. Say thank you to Elric. Thank you, Elric, for joining us. I appreciate it. And from Thaddeus and I as well. Toodles. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.